Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Wednesday, December 13, 2023. Welcome to another edition of my daily vlog where I stay accountable to me and to you about what I'm doing to make content creation a long-term, full-time occupation instead of just until my savings runs out. So let's talk about what I did yesterday. So yesterday, of course, was podcast editing day, which always takes up the beginning of the morning. I'll whip through lunch. I looked at the Twitch report. 20 different people popped in yesterday for the Twitch stream. And we had like 13 at any given time maximum. Several people popped in just to renew their Twitch Prime sub, the free $5 thing that you have. Several people just popped in to say, hey, I'm just here for this and I gotta go. I heard that Kat's son popped in last night in the evening because 10 a.m. is too early for him, but he added his Prime sub. Thank you for that. We should be a nice Prime week once we get our Twitch output. You know, I told you we regularly get about $80 or so collectively from you guys, so thank you for that. Speaking of the podcast, we got it completely done yesterday, and because the artwork was done and Mo had already created the website for it, the article or the show notes, it's totally published, ready to go. It's, I mean, if I went into a Rip Van Winkle sleep right now and didn't get up for 3 days, it would publish tomorrow. I don't have to touch it. It's all done. Wow, a Rip Van Winkle sleep sounds pretty good right now. Yeah, I had trouble getting up this morning. So the podcast, all done, of course. Also, I noticed we were running low on shorts. So I took another one of my tier videos and created 18 more shorts yesterday out of that. So we'll have some more shorts available to publish along with those. Initially, I had said I wasn't going to do them along with the Advent calendar, but since the Advent is not doing the traffic I had hoped, I'm still continuing them. And so this will push me all the way through the end of the year. I have 18 more of them, and there's not even 18 days left in the year. So plenty more of those will get me through. I even tried to turn the GSP firmware video into a short video, but it's that long form video. There's like no little stories inside of there. It was uncohesive. I tried to use the app and it didn't fly. Anyway, additionally, edited 2 more of the Advent calendar videos, so I'm up through the 21st now. Getting there. I told you it's all shot. I'm just editing and this was like late in the afternoon actually. Maybe close to evening. I'm like, let's do one more. So I just kept doing it. So speaking of the Advent calendars, let's go ahead the other thing I did yesterday also, I worked on 2 more thumbnails for upcoming videos. And I'll talk a little bit more about thumbnail creation at the end because I think it's probative. Sometimes I just talk about creation and for future people looking at this, but I'll come back to that in a second. But so let's speak about stats then. So really close to the next 100 milestone. I think we're about 10 away from it, but I'm not going to claim it and celebrate it yet. We'll do that tomorrow. Look at the Advent calendar stats then. So again, another one dropped on par. We're starting to see some divergence in the chart. Not everything is following the same trajectory, but in general, we're getting about 1,200 views a day. So right now we're at we're 14. Yeah, the Advent calendar, 14,500 views across all of these videos for the first half, and 36 new subscribers. I estimate by the end of the month, by the end of the year, 31st, that we should net about 30,000 views across all of these, which is not shabby. That took a whole lot of little 2-minute videos to do, but I'll take that kind of traffic. That's cool. And in general, our 7-day average, we're at, let's see, where is that? 13,000 views a day and 62 subs a day. So still above the 10,050 watermarks. So that's cool. So stat-wise, down a little, but average still above our watermark. Okay, let's talk about today then. I'm working on an updated GameStation Pro video. However, I don't want that to be the next video I want to bring out. Instead, I have a gadget that I purchased, one that I see a lot of people online talking about, asking me if I were going to take a look at it, and I'm fascinated by it. So it's this little pocket game gadget made by the people that make Evercade, Blaze Entertainment. Looks really fascinating. It has games in it, plus it can play cartridges. So I hope to get that as done as I can today. Maybe I get it done and publish it. Maybe not. Maybe actually I get it done by tomorrow, Thursday, I get it published by then. We'll see. And then I'm still working on another one to get out by Saturday or Monday. So, but I'd like to get that thing done because I want to play with it, frankly. It's fascinating, so I want to mess with it. But the other thing I want to talk about, I said I'd hold here, is talking about thumbnail generation, because I've said this before, and it's important enough that I keep saying it again every time I relearn the lesson, and it reinforces the lesson, and that is never underestimate the importance of that single 16:9 image, that thumbnail that you create that goes with your video. In fact, more and more now, I start there, which sounds silly, but by starting with a thumbnail, you start to find, look, the thumbnail needs to have some kind of a grabber, some kind of a thing like, oh my goodness, this thing is happening. Its job is to stop you scrolling and go, what? I'm interested in that, if you are, right? And so for reviewing this handheld gadget that I was talking about, I didn't yet start shooting it yet, but yesterday I told you I started working on a thumbnail. And the thumbnail can start to inform the tone of the video. It's like, what do I think about? And of course I haven't reviewed it yet, but I know what I've heard about it. I know what I expect. And so, I just make it like a 3-word declarative, and a graphic and try to make it snap and try to grab your attention. But the reason I talk about it is that it's that the thumbnail actually prepares you for the video that you're doing. And you want it to grab somebody's attention, but you also want that energy to pay off in the video. So what happens if you do it the other way is you do the video, you finish it, and you say a few things in the video, and then when you're done, you're ready to publish. Now, the last thing you have to do is to make a thumbnail, which you're exhausted from probably doing 10 hours of production. So you end up doing, that's good enough. Instead, what I find is once I make a thumbnail that I'm excited about, it motivates me to get the video done because I want to see how that thumbnail performs. I want to see if it gets people's attention and makes them click. So, and plus, as I work on the video, I'll go back and sit down and I might tinker with it. I'm like, oh, you know what? I can make this a little brighter. I should put a little logo here, a little light shine here. You can keep adding to it. Rather than it being the last thing in your production, if you start it and then leave it open while you're working, you might tweak it and tune it a little bit. Maybe the first draft is the perfect draft, which is fine. But as long as you leave it open, every time you come to it and go, I can't improve on that, now you know it's the perfect draft. If you just did it last and never looked at it again, you'll never know. So I wholly encourage anyone trying to do this to start your videos with a thumbnail. At least not wait till you're done. At least start mid-production. Maybe you did some shooting and now you got a full comprehension of it and you want to start that thumbnail at least halfway point in your production so that you can, it's on your mind and you can come back and look at it. And I'll come back and look, oh, I missed this shadow. I didn't even do that shadow. You'll catch things you missed that will make it pop a little bit better. And to that end, there's a tool coming on YouTube that we'll talk about once we get it, but allows you to upload multiple thumbnails and let YouTube figure out which one's best for you, not with AI, by sending it out to people and seeing who clicks on which one the most. I'm excited about that because I'm the guy who iterates on thumbnails, and so I have an opportunity then to make 2 or 3 versions and see which one actually works the best and help reinform me directly from my audience. It's a kind of testing you can't do really on a video right now because you'd have to be actively changing the thumbnail constantly every minute to see, and then still you don't know what people clicked on. So this is a much better tool. So that one, and I'm eagerly waiting for it. So yeah, so that's my today, is to try to, thumbnails done. I'm gonna try to work on that handheld gadget video, see if I can get that done for today. If not, it's for tomorrow. Also tonight, I'm going to a Northeast Florida podcasters meetup. It's a little bar downtown. I think Mo is going to go because he's also over here in this town, in Jacksonville with me, so he might go as well. I don't know what it's going to be like. Is it going to be actual good networking, or is it going to be a bunch of people that don't know how to podcast commiserating their woes because they have no downloads? I don't know, but I don't know unless I go. So I'm going to go and check it out and see. They meet every quarter, and George just found it for us. So I'm going to go check that out tonight, and we'll see how that goes. So, okay, so that's what I'm going to do today and tonight. And that'll fill up my schedule. So thank you for stopping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you so much for continuing to be here with and for me. Please have a great Wednesday. Do something good for yourself if you can, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.